In this video, we're going to look at how to find the slope when your equation is given to you in standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c, where a is positive and there's no fractions. In order to find the slope, though, you need it to be in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, and your slope is that m value, or the number in front of your x. In order to find your slope, you're going to have to convert it into slope-intercept form, which means that you are going to solve for y, or get y by itself, so that you can get it in this form here. So the way that you do that is you're going to add or subtract to move your x value away from your y. Then you're going to divide by whatever is in front of the y value. And then you're going to simplify if you can, and then identify your m, because at that point it should be in the form y equals mx plus b. So we're going to start that off. So if you need to pause the video to get this down, please do so now. Okay, so our first part is we want to move the 5x to the other side. It is positive, so we're going to subtract it from both sides. So the 5x's are going to cancel out. We have negative 3y equals, and then be careful with this part. These are not like terms, so we cannot combine them. I'm going to write it so that my x value comes first, so that's in slope-intercept form. This number right here is positive, so I'm going to put plus 9. If it had been a negative, then I would put minus 9. The next part is to divide by whatever number's in front of your y value, and the reason why we're going to divide it is because right now the way it's written, that's multiplication. So to undo multiplication, we're going to divide, and we're going to divide on every single term. The negative 3's are going to cancel out and leave you with just y equals. On this part right here, the negatives are going to cancel out so that you have a positive 5 over 3. We cannot simplify that anymore, so it doesn't divide evenly, and there's nothing that goes into both of them, so we're going to just leave it 5 over 3. And then 9 divided by negative 3 is just going to give you a negative 3. So there's nothing to simplify, but we can see that at this point it is in the form y equals mx plus b. So our m is the value in front of your x. So if they want to know what the slope is, your slope, or your m, is going to be 5 over 3. Okay, so looking at example 2, this one isn't quite in standard form because your a value isn't equal to a positive number, but that's fine. We're still gonna look at it as it's just not in slope-intercept form. So if they gave you this problem and they want you to find the slope, we're still gonna follow those same steps. So we're gonna take our x value, move it away from the side that has the y, divide by the number in front of your y, simplify if you can, and then identify your m value. So right now it's negative, so we're gonna add it to both sides. The 4x's are going to cancel out. You're left with negative 6y, so make sure that this right here, if this is negative, you got to bring down that sign with it. On this side, those are not like terms, so I'm going to write it with my x first, and then negative 12. Next, we're going to divide by the number in front of our y, and you're going to divide that on every single term. So the negative 6's are going to cancel out. You get y equals. These are not going to divide, and I'm just going to leave it like this for now. So we have negative 4 over 6. These two, the negatives are going to cancel out, so you get plus 12 divided by 6 gives you 2. So now we're going to do that simplify step. So if we look at 4 over 6, we want to find the largest, oh, I forgot the x, sorry. We're going to look at the largest number that we can divide 4 and 6 by, which is going to be 2. Okay, so 4 divided by 2 is going to give you 2. 6 divided by 2 is going to give you 3. And leave the negative on there. And then x plus 2. So now this is in the form y equals mx plus b. Our m is the number in front of your x, so our slope is negative 2 over 3. For the next part, I want you guys to pause the video and try these 4 problems and then come back and check your work with what we did. Okay, so pause the video now and try these 4 problems. Okay, so on number 3, we want to move the part with the x to the other side, so we're going to subtract that 9x from both sides. The 9's are going to cancel out. We have 3y equals. These are not like terms, so you're going to put the term with the x first, keeping the sign on it. The 12 is positive, so we're going to have plus 12. Next, we're going to divide by the number in front of our y on every single term. These 3's cancel out. You get y equals. Negative 9 divided by 3 gives you negative 3x. 12 divided by 3 is going to give us 4. There's nothing to simplify, so it's already in slope-intercept form. Our m is our number in front of our x, so our slope is negative 3. Okay, so on this one, we're going to move our x to the other side. Our x is positive, so we're going to subtract it from both sides. We're going to bring down our y. Remember to bring down the negative or that minus that's on there. So we have negative 5y equals. I'm going to put my x first. The 15 is positive, so we're going to put plus. At that point, we're going to divide by the number in front of our variable, and we're going to divide it on every term. So these 5's cancel out. We get y equals. These negatives are going to cancel out, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. And on this one, they're different signs, so it's going to stay a negative. 15 divided by 5 is 3. There's nothing to simplify, so we're in slope-intercept form. We want the number in front of the x, which will be your slope, so our m is equal to 2. So we're going to move our x to the other side. Right now it's positive, it's negative, so we want to add it to both sides. These cancel out. We get our 4y equals. I'm going to put our x first, so 2x. It's positive, so plus 16. Next, we're going to divide by the number in front of our y, which is 4. These cancel out. We get y equals 2 over 4x. Then 16 divided by 4 is going to give you a positive 4. I'm going to look back to see if we can simplify that fraction. So if we look at 2 and 4, we can divide them by 2. So y equals 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So x plus 4. And now it's in slope-intercept form. So y equals mx plus b. The number in front of your x, so m is equal to 1 over 2. That's your slope. On the last one, we want to move the x to the other side. Right now it's negative, so we're going to add it. These are going to cancel out. We're going to remember to bring down the minus with our 4y. They're not like terms, so we cannot combine them, and I'm going to put our variable first, so 3x plus 8. Next, we're going to divide by the number in front of our y on all the terms. These 4 are going to cancel. You get y equals. These do not divide, so I'm just going to rewrite the fraction as it is. Then 8 divided by negative 4. Positive divided by negative is a negative, and then 8 divided by 4 is going to give you 2. When I look back to see if I want to simplify it, I can see that there's nothing else we can do. There's nothing that goes into 3 and 4, so we're done with that part. So it's in slope-intercept form. So our m is equal to negative 3 over 4. Okay, so hopefully you're able to get that. If you still have any questions on that, please message your teacher on Canvas and we'll get back to you to help you with whatever you still need help on.